Huh? Okay. But enough time to. No, new building. Let me inform you. Joe? Yeah. Oh, okay. Now for this MOU, because I really very keen. Yeah, yeah. No, no. We can sit down so yeah. The media me on that we are. But in GIG, let me that's what I'm trying to avoid. Not so what you start. GIG.
It's exactly 2 p.m. from we clock here at the Miata Civic Center. Welcome to yet another edition of the government weekly press briefing with a come every Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, we are not coming to you live from Freetown here. We are somewhere across the country, sometimes somewhere across the world, without they bring government information to you. We're very, very important. It's a huge part of the work we do as a ministry. Mina Mohammed Jawad Ali, the Strategic Communications Advisor at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, and I'm sitting in for me boss today. We're in the Honorable Minister Chernoba. They're on a way out of the country for, as usual, what we all know as the London Civic Day. I know some faces here we are not sitting again for dinner London in the next few days for January, but all right. So as usual, always they start with we big news them for the week, and we have some really really. I mean, this is a high level panel today for talk on a major thing with the affect we all dirty business. But beyond that as well, we'll also be speaking about lawlessness as well and what's within government would they do collaboratively with everybody else for make sure we tackle that. Let me just bring you the highlights of we news for the rest of the week, and then we will come straight to panel for start this very important conversation here this afternoon. President Dr. Julius Maada last Friday joined hundreds of returning Muslims them from the holy land of Mecca with them come on pilgrimage, and he been share prayers with them, congregational prayers. We then they symbolize faith, national unity, collective responsibility for advance the country and development. The key gathering was held at State House, and this again mark another successful Hajj without no draw. Fambulemki members say some years back in this country, Hajj always been surrounded with controversy, but through the steady leadership of President Julius Maada Bio and the government, that situation has now been dealt with. And yet again, we'll get another successful Hajj pilgrimage. Hundreds of we countrymen and women from Sierra Leone and even from the diaspora been go Saudi Arabia and return back safely without no major incident. The president, we also know the chairman of ECOWAS, heads of states, being also arrived in Mauritania as well on the invitation of the Mauritanian president, when President Mohammed Ould Cheikh Al Ghazawi. President always been also been accompanied by the ECOWAS Commission as well, and that visit have been really for form part of an ongoing regional effort for strengthening cooperation and coordinate response around security. As we all know, Mauritania is one of those countries in the Sahel where threatened by instability, and that Sahel region entirely. And President Julius Maada being in commitment for really ensure regional security and on the whole land meeting there across the sub region. Another big news is that President Julius Maada Bio as well make an extensive inspection of the three tourism destination them where we now don't get. I mean, following millions of dollars of investments. Leicester Peak was one of them. Bones Island was one of them, and of course, the Takugama as well. Takugama as well. So they've been really happy and impressed with the level of investment as well that have been put there as well. And this now part of the president's envision as well for position Salone as a tourism destination across the world. Um, Away from that as well, the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Jules Jallo, as well, long call for international community for strength and commitment for really talk about the fragile developing nations, one that the global economic and climate situation across the world as well, they threaten some of the world's poorest countries. And it been talked this inside the 2026 World Bank Fragility Forum, where it been attend virtually. And perhaps the last news is that, of course, still with ECOWAS, the fifth joint meeting for ECOWAS Ministers of Trade and Industry as well, where we own Minister of Trade being attend. It also underscored the importance of maintaining strong regional cooperation in the midst of evolving global challenges for trade and investment across the continent. That now some of the roundup of some of the biggest things that will happen in government last week. I say some because this is the good news too, Boku, and we can't sometimes put it all in one page for make we give now. But let we now go to we press conference today. Today, of course, I don't see a star-studded panel, and they here with me. On immediate left, I get the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, Mori Lengo ESQ. We now, of course, one of very distinguished members of the police force during in time. A day out today as well, and we'll be talking about security, lawlessness, and the latest campaign as well with Freetown City Council, the drive. And the House as well will get with the Deputy Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, immediately on my right, Mr. Alfred Jamiru. Thank you very much for attending as well. We directly then they work with the councils across the country for really able to deal with a number of challenges. And one of those challenges we're rainy season they come to the fore now sanitation. The next person as well we're going to introduce with me with the on me immediate left as well. Now, the Deputy Mayor of the Freetown City Council, Mr. Kweku Lisk, ESQ. Thank you very much for coming, sir. And with we as well, we also get Mary Antoka, the Environment and Sanitation Officer from the Freetown City Council within far left as well, and they are piloting. And I mean, one of the leaders, of course, when they pilot this Dirty Must Go campaign by the Freetown City Council, which we as well will expect the Inspector General of Police, William Fayaselu. We've just been told that it is sending deputy, so he is on his way as well for CAM. At the start with you, Mr. Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs, because we just hear you say you don't put together a comprehensive set of measures. Okay. Yes, thank you very much. So we just hear you say you don't put a comprehensive set of measures for really tackle lawlessness, but not just in the city, but across the country. This morning I've been listening to you even when they talk about the strategic vision we also don't put together at the ministry. We want to let you walk through that approach right now we don't put together. And perhaps most importantly, what we all for do as citizens for support the work we do, Mr. Minister.
Thank you very much. And I also want to thank members of the Fourth Estate
were there this afternoon, and the ministry, don't do extremely very well. I mean, congratulations. We continue to support your efforts. I mean, even the fact that we talk to people in a language we all understand, and a very, very big good development. In fact, me now one of the advocates for Lome Creole, a national language in this country, because it will help we. That's part of mental slavery. We all the time talk Boku English, and even to people in way some they not can even understand. The issue of lawlessness will not say even don't really be like the new norm in the society. Basically, we know they enforce law and lawlessness, but some people they not even know say uh, they're not supposed to do certain things the way them in they do because will not be the enforced law. Say for instance, the footpath. Most of people them for waka. People they not make tables, stalls all over the place. Where you go now the CBD, the keke, the Okada, then guess the run all over the place. You're not even able waka, for go do what you want for do safely. They will come bang you, or if na motoka you get, then they hit down. People in they not they sleep and net because in those residential areas, then they play loud music from morning, evening, net, and some people then they know where picking and get for study, they not they allow them for study. People they not come more work, with them one rest so that the next day they will go work. They not they allow them. So those are some of the things we say we for address. And when I can be a witness that when I don't see some changes in some of those issues where I mean you can imagine like hill station going towards Joy, then part then the government be non secure money from the World Bank for pass the pipe. They're not been even pass the pipe because people them in the cell na them place and they're not agree commodity. Then build some permanent structures. But if una can go now, una they see the pipes then they go so that then we're able to give people then water na the inside and they a lot of other places but on mango without una can don the see una been don they go before now una they see how that place they really clear una also go IMAT. I mean it was an eyesore. Just imagine we get there with diplomats then the embassy the European Union wait, then can one go there before now, they know they go because people then they Hamburg then stop them, make them motorcar. It was really not, it was somehow chaotic, but I can see some sanity now. So we're driving all of that because we put together a task force where the Deputy Inspector General of Police, now they're in charge. We get City Council, they are part of it, SLRA, SLRTA, they are all part of it. So we are working collectively together. I just want to use this opportunity for tell thanks to everybody in the country collectively because not all the work, not the help we, because when I want safety, when I want security. And today Sierra Leone is one of the safest countries in the world. That one, anybody, I mean, it is social media everywhere. And that's true because, the commoner street today, you dey fear say they will attack you, then will kill you. Somebody will come with gun, you shoot you. So we say thanks, Alhamdulillah, and but that again now all the work together. So we say actually we do we get what then called community engagement and community involvement nationally. So we dey work with the community, we dey share intelligence, and people then they help. And I just want to still continue that once we continue for make we country peaceful, it will attract development, it will attract tourism, and we get a lot of people where they not get work. So jobs will be created. So let's continue that way there. And I think we have a very beautiful country, but then we'll have to continue to make it safe.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I get for country because there are so, I mean, where people are here saying, I'm Minister of Internal Affairs, they come, we get so many questions about you. You mentioned noise pollution, street trading. We get questions them all about that way with the couch. But let me just come to the Deputy Minister of Local Government because at a time like this, local councils across the country, then they struggle for deal with the sanitation challenges because as much as wall wallet and clean, there are issues about money and so many other things. So how now they collaborate for work with the councils across the country for let deal with lawlessness, sanitation, or even bylaw enforcement in itself.
Thank you very much. So we first of all want to recognize the input of the community. And we therefore understand, say, waste management as the word itself go, not to thing way we don't practice in this country for some time. And so we still the struggle for manage with waste. And one of the challenging issues that we get, whereas in some countries then today they don't ban plastic, we still get a lot of plastic sachets them. We get a lot of plastic bottles them. And what's most unfortunate is the fact that as a country, as a community, the way how we manage for to with dirty, we know they do it in such a way as to really allow for more we get a very clean environment. What do I mean by that? So Monday when it come, you get in plastic bag and it dirty. It just they send out through a window. So Monday we heavy rain they come, it just they send the dirty through the window. And I can tell anybody say one of the major expense of the local council across this country now is management. Because we people then still not get into the culture yet. One, for make them appreciate, say, we get for pay for we waste. That the dirty, not they just come out from where side they get them, it just go now the dump site. Now money involved by that one day. So at the district level, we get some young man then we be done put themselves into some groups. But I would say then they do more harm than good. Because then they go take the dirty, now one person use, and then come instead of them put on a place where you go to the dump site, then they put on other person in place. So we get a partner in this country when WHH, where they work with some of the local councils, them, especially the city councils, them. And so if you go now, most of the cities, them, you will find out, say, then they manage their waste, them, but challenges then still there. So it don't come to a point where if we not take action, at the end of the day, we will just continue for mount this challenge. And waiting I find out across this country, some people they not even know where side the dirty whether they pull now the city or whether they pull now the town, where side they go. They not sabi them dumpster. And I really want for really ask even with the audience now how many people they know where side the free town, the dirty or they gather where side to go now this town here. I wonder how many people they really don't take time just for go see the bomber for make them see how the situation they under. So the local councils then challenge, and not to hidden secret, councils then they always cause complaints, say they don't get government allocation yet, etc. For make it able push make them able focus on the dirty. The good news is, a few weeks ago, there's a commitment from the Ministry of Finance that they will make funds available to the local councils. With the hope, say, we will use that funds then they for manage with dirty. But there is a community engagement aspect of the dirty that we all, each and every one of we now need for really understand. Dirty, we go only able to manage with dirty, not only in this city, but across this country, if we manage them from we home them, from the carpentry shop, from the tailoring shop. Because if you then are host, then you they get you they put you dirty together, you're not even able to separate them. Then by the time when they come out, they find out so now just more problem you they bring out. Again, we find out now Bo and we find out now Kenema that we get a lot of medical waste now the dump site. So what do I mean by that? When you go now the dump site, you go see syringes, you see injection, you see injection bottles there. All of that they tell we say we not manage with waste properly. So that we don't bring be a concern. And the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Sierra Leone Police, the Ministry of Local Government, and FCC, Freetown City Council, will be done come together for what we get an MOU, and that MOU we all be done sign up. And the commitment of that MOU now for what we work with the people then of Freetown City and also across the different regional local councils there because they self get their own same bylaws for what we just keep we city clean. Because at the end of the day, which the month we don't do now, if we not the area about flooding is only caused by the waste, the dirty they put, where they block the drainages them, where they make the water they overflow. At the end of the day, it care Baku houses them, it affects Baku communities them. So we all get a responsibility as we can roll out the MOU for what we all participate and encourage ourselves for what we know how we manage with. So far, that's not the efforts we they make with partner organization, but also salon business, not salon business. So now that make FCC, Sierra Leone Police, Ministry of Internal Affairs and Local Government sign that MOU there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, for the incredible work they do. The reason why we as a ministry are passionate about this particular subject, this particular topic, is because the way they manage you, it's our responsibility as well as citizens. It's a civic duty where we all get for keep our community clean. So now I come to with Deputy Mayor, Mr. Lisk, because we don't talk extensively about this campaign, but you go now give now they provide major leadership, now responsible for the city. So walk we through the action and the steps them on for taking in the next few weeks or days, especially with the rainy season don't start, and maybe touch on those bylaws as well, so people them will also go know, what they can be liable for if they don't respect the law.
Thank you very much. I think firstly, I want to say thank you to the Ministry, Information and Civic Education. And obviously the point we just make just now is the ultimate civic responsibility for keep your city clean. I believe the dirty within Africa not come overseas. And not come Liberia, and not come Guinea, and Salonia I come out. And it is produced by Sierra Leoneans then. Now, one of the major challenges they will get now the attitude, the behavioral change, because no matter how much money you put into waste, if the behavior, the attitude of people not change, it doesn't make any difference. Like our the deputy minister just say, you get people where they don't habits now for turn the waste inside gutter, now they don't dirty box standing. You get people where their own idea for getting rid of the waste, we're going to come Ibana Street, you go back to the main road. But then can attitude and they will be very difficult and challenging for we surmount this issue we call sanitation. And sanitation now health issue, very close to it, health and longevity. Because when you think about it, if your environment not clean, who say the sleep not clean, who say the work not clean, who say the work not clean, then the impact on your life and you how long you will live in this world, definitely. So as a council, we don't try for challenge, but address this challenge for a while. We inherit a number of bylaws them, where them is somehow a bit short in terms of being direct as to how we go address the act of the indiscipline act of littering. So we sit down, come to the drawing board, and we realize, say, a legal framework will be necessary. A legal framework where they deal specifically with waste, especially now at a time where the whole world they talk about climate change, waste management, recycling, and all of that. So we decided to say the first thing we will need to do and for come up with a legal framework, we will address the challenge of waste, both solid and liquid waste. Because if you watch, most people who talk about waste now alone, Freetown especially, but when they talk about solid waste and ignoring liquid waste, and liquid waste is also a major challenge. And now agree with me, say liquid waste now the challenge where they cause people and for sick the most. Because when you think about like that hillside bypass, for example, some of them who stay within the hills at the other side of the hill, we watch the sanitation arrange have no reality for dispose of the liquid waste. Forget first for solid waste, the liquid waste. So what then they do? Then the waste we again they come. Some man then septic tank and a pipe. It's just full up. The middle net we again can the net then just turn on one gutter then can open. So not just the solid waste, the liquid waste as well they go down that channel. So we decide say what we go do. We work with the Ministry of Local Government. We support we very closely in our approach there, and we came up with the bylaws, the solid the waste bylaws of Freetown and the sanitation bylaws, and then bylaws, and then now we don't get the weight for actually punish offenders. So, for example, we don't divide the city into eight blocks, okay, between Levuema and Ogu Bridge. Everybody, like how the deputy minister Bele say, you waste. Forget self about who say you waste the end up from you owes from who say you waste the end up na the city. Where you generate you waste na you owes. You for know who say it dey go. You for know whether they can't take your waste for you. A responsible somebody will go dispose of your waste responsibly. We don't get many instances whereby when they go up the hills, then the place then completely inaccessible. You cannot get a bike for goodie, but you can then clean salon bubble and they pass around. Then go take you dirty. The dump site we dey talk about so. One day King Tom, one day Kissy, the bomb them. If somebody they all the way up hillside bypass, you won't get you in foot swell so. You don't know for say this in foot can explode at any time. You get dirty for go left arm. You feel say the worker all the way going at the bomb for go left arm? No. Now somebody in fence, just they go pass and go link and they go about in business. They don't collect your money. So the attitude also of we the households them and the citizens them get for be looked at. So that is why we decided, you know, we're gonna make it enforceable. Okay, now dirty don't become crime at the city. And as the Minister of Internal Affairs talk about, a lot of lawlessness in the city today. And it has come about as a result of lack of enforcement of the laws. So now we don't make them enforceable. Say each and every household forgets a registered waste service provider. So now where you can use now get economic value from, then can end up they get some interaction with some deadly pieces of medical equipment where some contaminated and contagious, anything can happen and people can die, they don't even know what thing kill them. And all of that they can come about as a result of the lack of proper waste management strategy. So as a council, we don't decide to say if we make them an offense for anybody will live in the city, no, if you know register an offense, I think say it will move we in the right direction. And the statute don't make them very clear. When you no agree for abide for register, as opposed to the 15,000 or 20,000 where you go pay for 2 weeks for the week or for 2 weeks or for the month, as the case may be, you will be exposed to a fine of 5,000 because it's an attitudinal thing, a behavioral thing. We need for change that idea. They say, what they work on a street, I could just eat me dirty any side. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get thing. I should say, most of we also experience that. We go down a vehicle, we dey go, the vehicle we have, we go just, nice car, you go somebody just to waste something outside, like if we say, care in the world. And also, you go there, content day, you go to work, the drive, now like a KC Road, for example, got the lights, are shocked. I see man team up, they actually wet at the side of the road, even though the traffic they go on. The person not even get the decency for say, like gonna corner. We all can understand some of them things and they, but the idea say, person not even want to make any efforts anymore. All thing na government, all thing na council. Sierra Leoneans, na government the lead we, council the guide we, but now we get we city, now we get we country. If we sit down say we did two way dirty na street all the time, we not go expect say it for clean. So because of that and the lawlessness side of it, we did this MOU with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the police, with the support of the local government for ensure say people are not for say this is serious business. Sanitation is a challenge. Like the good book says, cleanliness is next to godliness.
Okay.
So with that, I think sir, I could just stop now by way of a small preamble of who's already on that.
All right, and I'm going to come back to you, but I want to just talk to Ms. Tucker quickly because on the ground, why should they talk about this general overview and policy that then actually get for really work very, very closely with all of we as well in our communities for make sure we enforce this. The complaint we most of we get now that we are living in areas, some far to reach, some not even far to reach, but these service providers for then sanitation, they are not the meet we. And how can I know, for example, me they live in a Godrich, how I go know say this particular person is responsible for can collect me dirty na me house. So Madam Tucker, how na the work around the issues and the way people can raise?
First of all, I want to say good afternoon to my honorable ministers then, the SLP, and then the deputy mayor, distinguished guests, we're there this afternoon. Of course, the Freetown City Council this time round, we try to get a smart way for manage with dirty. There is a system where all of us, be the household, be the council, be the enforcement team, they see waiting they happen. In terms of households or business or institutions, for make they able register with the approved service providers, there is an information out. We get the flyers them out. We do on TV every day, almost every day. We get radio programs, them where they go on. We get community engagements, then town hall meetings, then just for make sure say we educate people, we able to talk to them for no then service providers. If I can start, we will start with block 1, where they in at the east end. You start with Orugu, take come up by BMB, you get block 1 there. When at Alpha Tech, where you come up block 1, you go block 2. Of course, you they come till Poti, when at block 2, you get municipal waste. Block 2 to block 3, they come till Shell, where you get municipal waste again. Then you get block 4, when at SIDAC, where they come to by Generites. You go inside small by the new road, Hillcourt. Then you get block 6, when at the CBD. You get block 7, where 9 day around Wilkinson Road, 9 get Tengbe Town. Of course, 9 get Spur Road and then area the day. You get block 8, where 9 day Lumley and Aberdeen. Block 8, you get Alpha Tech. Then block 7, you get Echo Spring. Then block 6, you get Freetown Waste Transformer. But there are flyers, and then we get so much information what would they give out to the public. Even if you go on our Facebook page, you will see the information them when needed if you want to contact them service providers them here.
So I mean the other thing as well we'll ask is then capacity as well for dealing with the volume of waste so they generate as a city. Do they have then capacity then there as well?
Before we start this drive, we're not just going to it. We have several engagements. Of course, the challenges, the deputy mayor, together with the deputy minister, don't discuss on that. Waiting at the challenges then. We'll get why we try for review back the sanitation bylaw. Before this time, we get the 2010 sanitation bylaw. We say nobody not for 2 dirty in a street, but we not be give provision. Would for can collect you dirty. We be left and open. At that time, we depend on like Masada, Mr. Clean for can collect them dirty then at the household them, but we see say it begin collapse. You they see every day Freetown City Council they clean all them public spaces. As I speak, we get 500 sweepers out in the streets. We get 56 laborers and when they pay them to carry them. Not talk of drivers or other staff them who get every day within a state. They clean on daily basis. Now them public spaces. But the dirty they come back in a state. Reason being, people that within at the households them businesses them, because they not get without where they can collect the dirty at that point, they come back in the streets. So that challenges make we go back and see how we review the bylaw. And as we review the bylaw, we not just do one on we own. We get community engagements, we get stakeholder engagements then with everybody inputs. We cry and go to parliament through the Ministry of Local Government. Of course, the parliamentarians they're watching to run and see say yes, this one is a very good idea for make sure say Freetown clean. And the bylaw they approve them, will come back with the try for implement this particular bylaw for make sure say people able accept waiting Freetown they try for implement in terms of waste management, because looking at the situation of Freetown in terms of sanitation, especially solid waste management, it won't go out of hands. And this time around, we are coming harder, and that's why we are not working alone. We are working with other ministries, like Ministry of Internal Affairs, through the police, local governments, and even NGOs, any other body, we try for support Freetown City Council for make sure say we able to tackle situations them around our waste management areas. So now the bylaw is saying everybody should be paying for his or her waste through the service providers there. Because if you not pay,
when I get a standard pricing system as well, so we with the generated dot as well, we don't end up being exploited.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So you for register with them service providers there. We not just take them. They went through procurement processes. We advertised, of course, there was bidding. They come in, they apply. Of course, then get the contract. We try for do an assessment based on their capacity, waiting at the logistics, then staffing, then office. We don't go through that several times. And we sure say them fit and then we're able to collect send to them na household level. If Freetonians then comply with whatever we can with student. And in terms of pricing, we make them very minimal, very, very low. Imagine, because we do a cap pricing, we take on like from 50 kg downwards, you are paying 15 millions per collection. 15 million per collection. That's it cut across all over the city. Like one bag rice. Yes, we take on 15 millions downwards. If you take 100 millions, we take on 25 millions. 100 kg, we take on 25 millions downwards. So the price is so low that every Freetonian here go able to provide that. Just someone make sure say the city clean, because we all aim as a council now for make sure say the city clean. So we give liberty to Freetonians as well as the service provider for do the needful.
Thank you very much, Madam Talker. And the silver lining in everything with Madam Talker also they talk is that the volume of dot they generate also it's also a business opportunity within company they don't come that they tap into, and then self for they make some revenue. Of course, where they create more jobs. So all of this as well is a full circle moment. But let me now come to the Deputy Inspector General with we Mr. Senesi, because una are the enforcement part of this. We've been here before. We una the join with City Council, una the enforce, but then along the way no more things go relax small. How different is this campaign this time around?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Good afternoon all. Of course, I hear just of the Inspector General of Police. Instance for one there, we're not there because of a very important state security matter we they attend to. So they make a there. So having said that, Utu de prior this afternoon, now serious business, because you see the face of any country, now enforcement. We say law and order not the better not in our country. That is why enforcement when we mandate we need a joke with them. We need a joke with them at all. Of course, we saw there so today we have come a long way with FCC. Of course, we begin our force with a kind of a task force we under the leadership of the Minister of Internal Affairs and the IGP formed this task force we mean at the chair since last year. This task force get the mandate for ensuring we will maintain law and order, maintain discipline at the city and even beyond. Within the other areas or areas of indiscipline and lawlessness who they try to address. One, we are not for the sell and the right of way. Yes. Inches apart. We are not for putting away as for sale. Because if you put it where as people and the worker, what's in the happen? People will go begin working at the streets, and therefore their lives go at risk. So even the people only ride bike or they drive motor car, they will most of the time run into people. So we try for put off most of them obstructions, if you like, makeshifts. Now from them right of way, of course, now we don't see the social media, now we news outlets them, we try to clear them over and again. But then they will not do it just in silo. We do it in concert with other parties, of course, like the SLRA, SRSA, of course, with the Freetown City Council, the Traders Union, the KK, and a lot of you. Always they meet every fortnight. You see, so that we don't they do. And I did this whole idea for look, I would do the so it really born. But it kind of being that there is need for really the police for support FCC for make sure say we try for enforce the solid and waste collection bylaws of 2024 will come into effect in May 2025 for able to support and enforce them. Because if you watch the FCC, the manpower is small for make effective enforcement of the city. And besides that, now we country this. Salon our country will not get any side for go. You go now other mine country. You see within the happen they now run the go wrong come back. So why will not go fed for make a country good for country for stay, for goodness sake. So that is one reason why I mean we really enthused about ensuring the enforcement of this solid and liquid waste collection bylaws we try for enforce. But we need to do that for make sure say we intensify the community engagement. When that we don't do over the period. For make sure say let the people they know. We not go just for them people they say, okay, we not get for pay so money for the waste collection. We get for make let them know down to the least person in the community. When they know now, then we will try for going to effect. If we for the no do, we'll go arrest you. And who arrest you, will then go levy fines, and then fines I go pay them through the right channel. So now that they happen. Enforcement is very important part of this exercise here. So having said that, I want for stop there so far.
And
that if
I
you-
just want a follow-up question because I mean I know say apart from this task force, there's so many other things police need for do. We wanna also there on the front line. Is this something we wanna go able cope with that enforcement drive? If we get to a situation where say arrest and get for Bokwe and get for deal with other things, do you have the capacity for manage all of them things there at the same time?
we get the capacity. Mind you, what it make we succeed in this country is that police not even want to do work in terms of enforcement in this country. We are doing it in concert with other players. For example, this is how they talk about. You get the FCC council then they where they will give support. We get intelligence support. If we get information, they say, hey, somebody they do something and so okay, quickly go there, we try to take care of the situation. So now so we work as law enforcement agency. You see, we need to work in silo. We work in concert with other players. You know, that they happen, sir.
All right. I come now to the Minister of Internal Affairs again because I did tell you so we'll get beaucoup questions them for number of things them we address. Let's talk about street trading because I think that's something we the DIG just rub multiple quick. Lumley and Jewel for where they live there and then they it's difficult for pedestrian them really for making them even work because markets are all in the street. But to our credit and the police and credit, Wilberforce has been transformed. We all look forward to that example there as well for Bisetna, Lumley and Jewel. Usa would they then operation and they.
Thank you very much. I'm happy that when they acknowledge some of those gains because the discipline, the indiscipline and lawlessness have been like cancer. So taking it out, it takes time, it takes patience. But at times, even the gains, so they, make, some people are not concerned readily. But I'm happy that that's been acknowledged. Now, Lumley. What to make Lumley, we still hold on a little, now because that new market, then they do. And as soon as they do the market done, we're not going to see them people in a Lumley again. But Bottom Mango, them in do the market, but they're not in the agree going to the market inside Wilberforce. So we said no. I mean, if the market they will not forgo it. So we use that opportunity for force them for let them go. So if somebody wants something, now market it for go, not to street. Today we are aware of the problem, and instead we try for find a solution. You know, the city, I think they may bill for 500,000 people or so. Today, I think you have over 2 million people. So there are also those structural challenges, because some people then they say, oh, when are the pull them people in, what side then they go, then livelihood, you know. So we have to balance the two. So now that make we take with time, and we do one small, and we make sure say the vision day, like where you they go funkia the market, then for do the market, but then not be not one some of the place can flood, especially the rainy season. Now that makes sense for left them people then. Maybe they wait until it dries, and then we go back to council for let them do the market. And coming back to the issue of enforcement, like the TIG say, you know, the Metropolitan Police na then get council. So this MOU we will do for really support them, because we have to sustain it. If we stop the household dirty from coming to the streets, we will not solve half of the problem. I mean, 50% of the dirty we see, they come out from the household, but we can easily manage them. So if, as we they say, we get for sensitize people, we get for reach out to them with the whole conversation so that they understand, we don't just go and pounce on them. But then if you continue for offend, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted, and then you will be fined. If you fine, you not pay, then you can go jail. So we as police officers, sorry, I can forget. The Ministry of Internal Affairs, let's say
It's
once a
second nature
police
now.
officer, yeah, you're always a police officer. Yes, so we dey provide also prosecutorial service and support to council, because they not get many council, but even there, they will be leading, because in this arrangement, we are supporting council. You know, government is keen about decentralization. We've been holding a meeting because the vice president and the lead on the issue of decentralization, and they've been holding a ministerial meeting. So we all, different ministers, we committed ourselves for let we do what we were supposed to do. As Ministry of Internal Affairs, we say we support City Council for letting enforce the law or the lawlessness in waste management, because it's all part of the lawlessness and indiscipline we try to address, and now make we situate them under the task force where we get. I mean, it's not going to end here. This not an experiment, you know, where we do. It's, you know, once we succeed, we go to the other councils in the provinces across the country. Because, like deputies say, dirty, it affects with health. Just imagine most of the dirty, it end the sea, the plastic, and then the fish then they eat that plastic and the dirty. And most of us now so with protein, na fish we eat. In fact, science don't prove say we they consume a lot of plastic through eating them fish into system. So now it makes some people then they sick. At times they're not even know what they cause the illness. So we appeal to people, even for we own health, that let us make sure that we dispose of with dirty correctly. Let us not continue for dirty we see. If people then they come, we they say Sierra Leone is safe. Yes, but they begin to look at the dirty all over the place, the filth. I mean, they go turn it off. They not go one come outside the place so dirty. We also go endanger their health.
Okay. And Deputy Mayor, let me just come to you quickly on this point regarding you talk about solid waste. The challenge in most public spaces, whether in Makiti or outside them, is that we not get enough public washrooms, for example, for let people ease themselves and maybe take care of themselves honorably. And that can be a challenge. So when you mention the Manakisi roadway justing up, I mean, that's no excuse, but that's one of the things them as well that markets or other public spaces have to deal with. Is this something we want to look into? Because for all safety, like you mentioned, it's important.
Certainly, liquid waste disposal and Atiwe is very, very critical for we health. And looking into restoring the existing wash facilities in the city, that's what they're on right now. In fact, we recently had an engagement with the World Bank and the government. We need to try to see how best they can fund quite a number of them facilities they are within the city. We serve as a council, we get a number of projects them. We go for the wash facilities in various areas and also provide water and sanitation facilities for our communities. But you're quite correct, we get challenges because one of the main challenges we'll get continuously now the attitude, because for many, many years, we've been a bit nonchalant or we not pay attention too much to the way of the disposal. We not get respect for liquid waste. And we just get that idea, they say, Usa with the ease we serve, they're not supposed for clean. Most people get that kind of belief free. And notwithstanding the example I make, you go see people and go get access to facility, but then go left farm and do otherwise. So for we, in as much as you go invest in the space, if you not get the right attitude, the citizen they get forget the right attitude for ensure Freetown is kept sanitized. Like any other place, nobody they can fix salon for we. And the same thing with sanitation. Nobody they can clean Freetown or any part of Sierra Leone for we. The dirty now so it come out. Now we generate them for ourselves. If we don't have the right attitude, no matter how much investment we put into them, you know they work. And also, even when we're gonna advance countries then, not to any South side there's access to wash facilities so easily. No. Sometimes you get to walk up to the facility, just like how the Honorable Minister they talk about. We want the attitude of the average customer in Sierra Leone, Freetown especially. One inside motorcar, he buy Maggi, he buy pepper, he buy rice, he buy all things inside motorcar, which is wrong. Because then they, organized, not structured. There has to be a place for everything under the sun. And market, ready to go buy the things that you need. So without the attitude not change, no matter how much money we put into them, they work.
All right, thank you very much. Let me see the hands up. These are very important subjects already. We'll get but who hands them up? I'm going to start this way, and yes, let me start with Jaffa from Radio Democracy. So I would advise maybe me panelists them for notes. If there are questions, I'll borrow you my paper, sir, in case you get any question for notes down. Jaffa.
Yes, good afternoon. Farmans Davis from Radio Democracy. First off, why now? This kind initiative, why now from council? Then also again, the aspect of monitoring. In a case where Freetown City Council, they in a city where it's almost like they're short staff for make sure say they monitor so that person will wet na kisi if they ola, well that person wet up Wilberforce, they make sure say if they see no more than for olam. Then also how does this stretch to the part of USAI, the bylaw stretch to USAI, any public space where people then they organize, whether for pay for go use the service or for go do any other thing, the public wash facility, if it dirty, council begin to take the necessary action. Plus, this now a new initiative. If you pounce on them, people will get for react naturally. The education part of it, for make sure that people understand waiting at the strategy. Then who's guarantee where the police, where a simple task about stop for take money from keke and bike riders, still we get that challenge. The most guarantee go they say when they meet person, feel like na bias, then take the right decision.
Thank you very much. I think we'll have a second hand there. Yeah, let's give it to the lady. Let me hear. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Actually, me not to question, I'm more of a concern, me na staff na the ministry. So, Mr. Minister of Internal Affairs and Deputy IG, they are, as a concerned citizen in a particular community, we don't suffer with noise pollution for the over 2 years now. And this thing, this report start last year, where we can, as community, we try for reach out to this toll number for call when at 900. We make a call, nothing not happen. So we write to the ministry, we copy the IG and the OC in Akalbaton, where I think later, within that week, the 3 days, no more team being quiet, but since that same day, November to now, and I even get a copy, I want for handover to now this bar, honestly, sometimes the music, the windows, and even my apartments, and they shake. We leaders and we papa them around don't try for engage this particular bar, but to no avail. In fact, they know to even electricity, then they wait for a generator, then get solar. For as long as that thing they on, music no they stop. Starting Tuesday today while they talk so now me stress one day so for go back home. The music they play continuous. Say them call prayer and amok. And the worst part of it, the people away they buy the rum and then say they add the noise, they hala. They say allow the music and this forgetting that Olwaf community, to big community in a small side there, una help with more information there inside and letters they wanna go need for them to assist you on this one.
All right, thank you very much. We'll collect those letters. But let's give Mr. Kamara as well. Let's hand those letters to the producers and they will bring it to we table. All right. Yes, Mr. Kamara, go on.
Mohammed Kamara, the Watch and the Mountain Newspaper. Deputy Mayor, year in and year out, we get the same almost stories from government and the city council. Have we ever thought, say, this waste management we refer to could easily be transformed into fertilizer for the agricultural purpose, like other countries in West Africa, namely Senegal and the Japanese connection? That is one. You get me, sir? Deputy Mayor.
Okay, take a small, Idipa right. So, okay, go on now.
Deputy Mayor. Then we look at the Department of Environment and Sanitation of the City Freetown City Council. Throughout my investigations, working day and night out, I they tell you in front of you, say, there are landlords and landladies here. When they construct houses here, more than 50 to 20 people them, they get a small toilet and the solid waste way they refer to now, when the rain season comes, that toilet waste, that solid waste that they come out in the street, and you are saying that, of course, it's lawlessness and, of course, disrespect to the law. But would you believe that getting all these problems solved, you try to take a legal framework for punish the ordinary man when they expect you to have done better for apathy the counter? Would you agree with me that the Department of Environment and Sanitation is causing it all because they don't go on periodic visits? They know best what is the connection between them and the landlords them. Minute they see them, and the correct say go testify, then they see them. Then they arrest these people them. But there are quite a lot of landlords and landladies that when they violate that
right.
landlord and tenant acts, we absolutely we're not supposed to do. Could you pardon me for the minister, sir?
Okay, just one more question,
Yes,
please.
one more question, my distinguished minister, sir. You've been to the force for quite a long time, Lengo, Mr. Lengo, Esquire, sir. Okay, just as you rightly say, from Kairao to Freetown, we as journalists, we are trustees of the people. We're supposed to protect the interest. Human rights activists go tell you, say, let me take an easy, because when you take into consideration the class division in Sierra Leone, the lower, the middle, and upper class. The lower class, they meet Bokula Jue, na Lomley, na Abacha. They work in the morning for soup and show say they begin the kids, for sure they get money. And there is Africa. From Tinubu Square in Lagos, who say you don't go, to even Accra who replace there, to Sierra Leone, it's the same thing. So in actually, they're not opposed for sanitation get out of the street in Freetown. But driving these people out of the street, including the Freetown City Council people, when they find they live in them, sometimes a violation of human rights. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Thank you. I think you talk about the human face, where I'm sure. Yes. Sir. Let's go to you.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Alaji Abdul H. Bigilem from Civil Society Movement. Mr. Deputy Mayor, the enforcement is not taking place. And you people have to do civic education and monitoring. Wilberforce Street, you started a very good work there, but you lack in enforcing the law there. Now, I want to ask you one question. Why is it that up till now, them trader them not going to Victoria Park after government don't spend a lot of money in that building? I don't go inside that building there. I don't see the toilet facilities then there. I don't see everything there where the traders them for use. So I want to ask you, why then traders they not left the street? Because the way where the streets don't there, now that guy is in streets there. I don't dey one day, I go make me watch. I see somebody na the gutter, na in the toilet. Now I shout on the person. I shout on them. You go there right now, then watch maker, then we will
Okay.
the one that where they sell glass, then we'll tell you.
Thank you
the
very much.
remarks one make, but I'm not going to use the remarks here. Now, the police, before I go to the police, Mr. Mode, to permit.
One more question,
Yes,
please.
I want to congratulate the minister because I listened to Rami program last week from start to finish. And it was very, very good. In fact, I go there for go meet him, for talk to him for something, but the step, I'm not able to claim the step, so I get to turn back. He's no way can I talk to him. Now I say, I go call on a phone, me and go talk. The police, Mr. Deputy IG, sir, them bike riders, then, sir, not all them all get license. And the speed where they take now that mountain court area there is very, very terrible. They not get one regard for people them. Even when you talk, they will give you free talk.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask the police, what mechanism have you put in place with SLRSA for check them bike riders then before they ride them bikes? Then
Thank you very much. I need to go on this other direction of the room now. Augustine, yes, there is two hands there actually, exclusive. And then we'll get Miss Calon from... All right, go on.
Yes, my name is Saidu Dumbuya. I write for Exclusive. Mr. Lengo, the time where the president be go open Sewa Grand Market, he may name about 13 streets where them for pool for go inside Sewa Grand Market. But since then, the army colleagues and they talk, nothing not happen at that place. And if I'm not mistaken, now almost 6 years now in that market they don't take. The people and they suffer in Abacha. Then 13 streets and they as a minister, what you wanna don't do for ensure that then people and they go inside the market. And Mr. Lisk, the same way Mayor Akisoya they may do a debate na Lagunda 2023. They may promise for build 16 public toilets na Freetown. I'm also not don't make. Thank you.
All right, give the lady at the back. There's a lady at the way they behind you. All right, that will be the last question for now. If we get time, I might do another round, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. So even though we talk about waste management...
Your name, please?
Ms. Calon.
Yes, okay.
Even though we talk about waste management being a disease, corruption is also a bigger disease in Sierra Leone as a whole. So even though this is a really great and massive initiative in Freetown and across, but how best can the council ensure that police officers do not take this initiative as a way of extorting money from perpetrators and other citizens?
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we'll take that last question for now. Now, at the start to DIG, Mr. Minister, I come to you, then I come to you, then I come to Deputy Mayor for then Mr. Minister, I go come to you later. So let's start with DIG. Some of the questions will directly touch on the policing work.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Of course, I'd always talk and say, this kind of forum here is fine. You know, if I know they engage the people then through this medium, because we're able to explain. Because one thing, if you do good work, you know able to explain them. I don't know say they do good work. So pass the explainer to the people. Let them appreciate them. They know what they do. So that is exactly what is happening here. In addition to this MOU, they try for council, but now, would they also explain what and what they do? Now let's start with this Keke bike rider corruption issue. Corruption, not a good thing, it's bad. In fact, the leadership of the SLP and that of the ministry would take exception to corruption. In fact, that is one of the reason why we get structure like the police what they call CDID, Complaint, Discipline and Internal Investigations Department, where they for check the excesses of police officers and the like, so that at any given time, then catch you on corrupt practices. Believe me, the level of involvement will either you lost your job, or we charge you go court, or reduce your rank. Over the period, we don't do that because some officers they even don't lose their job. So then they don't reduce the rank. So then they go on punishment. It depends on the level of involvement in crime. So we'll not go drink water for personnel and for say they're not going to involve into any kind of bad thing. So now they could bring in structures like the CDID. Where in fact there's all AIG where they in charge of that area there, when the director of professional standards. Of course, interesting enough, about 1 or 2 years ago, I've been director of professional standards, where they oversee the appellate department. And believe me, some of our colleagues they lost their job because of 1 or 2 infractions they would not commit over the period. Now coming to how they work with SRSA for regulate the activities of bike riders. Of course, when you watch the bike riders, they're a very important component of a society. Very important. Then they provide employment, you know, then they make sure say people then get transport services here and there. So what happens? When you get your bike, you need to just can't run as so normal. You go for make sure you register a license. We send the door like the offices of the SRSA. Like they do. When they do no job na treat, then we'll begin regulate them. We'll begin check them for know whether you license your bike or whether you're in the proper gears for ride the bike, whether you get helmet. Would they do that in concert with SRSA road safety capsule? Now that's what they do. And they make sure say they do the proper thing. In fact, when you watch the CBD, the Central Business District area, you see say then commercial bike riders about 99% of them they need to go on the other side of it. Because if they will arrest them, we either charge them in court or levy fines on them. So that's the happen. So in fact, that is why we even rely on the owner who they out under. If you get any information, because we cannot be ubiquitous, we're not going to be everywhere. We rely on the public. If you get any information, working for duty in propriety on the part of the police or so, when I give you the information, don't hesitate. Corruption is a two-way traffic. If you don't corrupt the person, you're not going to take them. And if you see that they happen, if we're able to report to the police, appropriate either CDID or to the IGME or any regional commander, we will take appropriate action. I thank you so far.
And my colleague asked about noise pollution.
Yes, yes, noise pollution is part of the indiscipline and lawlessness. Of course, over the period, we don't bring a lot of people into book. We don't charge some of them. So then we can call them, we warn them. You see, you know what? You therefore make sure say you don't play music after 10 in the night or so. Or if they play music, it will be low. So then adhere to that. You go to Godrich area, we get example then here, we need to read them complaint again. You go to some part of the city, you never complain again. Even this one self way they bring up, it came to our notice. We address the situation. I instruct the local unit commander then. He address them. So you don't come back, and we'll go address them because it's part of the lawlessness and indiscipline of the country.
All right, thank you very much. Let me come to the deputy mayor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let you address that, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how they tell you. I don't talk what they explain. I say, would they enforce the regulations then? If you don't get license, would they arrest you, charge you, go to court? Now, would they work in a team? In fact, most times we can form a joint operational orders. Sometimes for 1 week, would they about on the street for the check them by there? Would I get license? Would I not get license? Would I get, would not get? Would they arrest and charge you to court? Would they levy fines here and there?
All right. Let me come to Deputy Mayor because I think you get more questions, and then I will come to the Minister of Internal Affairs.
Thank you very much. This engagement is really timely. And the question we say, why now? I think it's rather appropriate. Why now? Why now is because now is the best time after we don't do sufficient sensitization and community engagement on we own. If some of we can recall, not too long ago, sometime last year, we engaged about 620 sanitation enforcement people who create jobs for, where they go around various communities then for inform people about the bylaws. Because like always somebody say, I think a deputy minister of local government said earlier, we are in a space where enforcement on sanitation has not happened in a very, very long time. So for us just go out this way and like me, brother Seth said earlier, for just jump on people with surprise, the element of surprise and begin beat them for something we're not used to, not go really appropriate, not go speak well to the human rights. So there's a need as a council for we engage with people and not forget to the Freetown City Council now the first port of contact for every Freetonian. Because any problem we get, you must have a councillor within your area. In your councillor, they can articulate your problem right inside the council well. So whatever any problem any community gets, they get a direct access to the council for articulating problems there. So we thought it fit that we will do with community engagements as we always do in respect of many other of we endeavors then. We engage communities then, we don't do a lot of sensitization. And even when it came to the house to house, the collection, right? The mayor and myself will be there out on the streets very recently. They go to see how it was going. And then we realized, say, actually, we needed some more awareness raising on the topic because a lot of people not seem for don't run away with it yet. So, and also the fact say we've not been signing the MOU yet with the police. Because remember, as has already been said, the manpower for Freetown City Council, not only in all that huge, but it's also in mandate limited. Because the latitude where the police can get for enforced law, we'll go agree say council police not getting kind of latitude in the. So we needed the support of the police for to make sure say we actually deliver on this particular commitment. So and then just 2 weeks ago we just signed this MOU. So we find on fit today in this press conference we're in a civic responsibility for keeping city clean. I think say be appropriate for reason. Let's start the awareness today. And with the fourth estate here, I think it's not only because it's not just it's a campaign, it's a drive. Not to just Freetown City Council. Now Freetown business this. Now we all get them. If we say Dotty must go for Freetown. Not some part of Freetown, but all of Freetown and for we all. The second point I think where you talk about monitoring and setting example. If somebody were to under then call consistency. One law for apply to everybody. I know what you mean. Within a space, sometimes we will find out, say, two people go do the same thing, but have two different outcomes. Now, we get the police with we get the Minister of Internal Affairs. And when it comes from a lawlessness perspective, we know all they see, okay, they let the pick face. All right, who said in the clear, then the clear. So let's be honest, when they talk about Botomango, but they feel for talk about Kingaman Road. Because Kingaman Road by Old Lodge before, it was becoming an eyesore, to be very honest. But they like it today, at least who they pass and I mean, I don't know saying that so that place they been big. Where they pass the right now, look wide. the place look open because why? The spaces have now been used for the purpose for which they were designed. Then place then, not been built them, only people and go sell. Okay, let me build them for the people they work up. But yet we understand, as a country, we don't go through a lot. Okay, now it costs them thing in the. So now, if we find we fit back, I think say it makes sense for we all come together on the drawing board and then we agree on the way forward. That is why we need the fourth estate. That is why the press is very, very important. Because not all this is not dirty business, but for all of Sierra Leone, especially Freetown. As has just been mentioned, we have now a population density situation. The smallest area in Sierra Leone, you get the most populated people. You get the highest population. So what does that mean? It means we generate more of everything, not just dirty. So the dirty will be very, very conscious on how we handle them with a presence of mind. And each and every leader of every household and every office department will take the lead panel fair today. Because we all get them, not just Freetown City Council. So when we talk about the bylaw now within the CBD for now, because the CBD now the 48 wards, 20 constituencies from Ogugu Bridge to Lovema. I did apply for right now. So somebody talk about Dotina Godrich on the side in time as the Deputy Minister of Local Government say, then say this now pilot projects. We start now Freetown City Council. It could be extended not just to the western rural, but also nationwide as well in time. Me brother and I talk about waste management for fertilizers. I go and then make them for me are very important, very useful because like today so now I would tell una say the Ficus Lodge plant who get na King Tom, they do exactly that. Okay? Because now we transform liquid waste to money. What they do briquettes, what you use for clean cooking as opposed to coal for cutting trees. All this now climate change initiatives. You use liquid waste to energy. That's a process that's still on. We get the demo in at Kingdom right now. And also we get the fertilizers where they come up from the liquid waste. Because you go find out, say, now Hagan Street, the one that we know not too long ago, we've been getting a biodigester who've been put in Hagan Street. That biodigester they been supposed for take the organic waste from the market, go inside it for generate light for the residents of Susan's Bay. But unfortunately, the organic content, okay, of the waste where they come out and market them, not sufficient, not at that level for generate waste. Because it seems like some people that would eat all things. Understand me? So we not left better that way for group energy. But we still we don't the machine end up the well. That's how they begin to the machine and the wire they all. So now the mayor don't actually send to the people for design one which specifically suited for the needs of Freetown. That's by God in power. Before this year they done, it don't come. You talk about construction of houses. I agree. Because nowadays it seems like say Freetown, nobody want for parents anymore. So all man for bill, all man for getting one place outside the day. And in the process, people enjoy the bill anyhow. But unfortunately, I don't see they come up from a point of view wherein the council is usually responsible for land use planning and building permits. Unfortunately, Freetown is not one of those councils. But that's notwithstanding. Okay, we now have a new Country Planning Act. Okay, Town and Country Planning Act. We funded by, supported by the World Bank. We for coming to force, we could devolve them functions to the council, even though we will still get some elements of supervision from the ministry itself. So that is work in progress. You talk about then periodic visits and violation by landlords. The reason for this violation, how they tell you so, Oman the billion side. We go do community engagement na Tembe Town. Okay, one panel communities them. Who they ask them at the start off with time, where they go around for see what they felt needs. One community will go, the road for going to the school. One man in the side for building right in the middle, pantap the gutter. A pantap the gutter, and they build a block, so the water will go inside house, when the gutter go build. So the water for pass. So the water they go past other side and it cause more destruction. So again, these are very selfish people who they only think out for themselves. But in time, we go reach the small. with the support of the enforcement officers and the awareness of Fritonians. Because just like a DIG say, they work in isolation, not in silos. You need to forget people where they can't make complaint. It's just a shame what a lady they talk just now say they don't make complaint about noise pollution. Something happened in November last year, and up till now, the woman they get for gonna host. Imagine she's in this space. They wake up early morning for car walk only for gonna host evening time, not stress just because people want to be obnoxious. You know what I mean? So then they all are part of the lawlessness. What I believe
right.
say my own boss man so when I'm a senior, they handle very well. I get a few. You know
Okay.
saying I may get a show.
All right, no problem. Go on, sir.
Yeah. You talk about enforcement not taking place. Now, the enforcement, that is why we liaise very closely, not just with the police, but with the Minister of Internal Affairs, the ministry, because I didn't get a mandate for ensuring there's order and sanity within the country, all over the country. And any social lawlessness day, we include sanitation, unlawful sanitation, then go in a position for support we. And we take new framework because you cannot do anything without a proper legal framework. Mind you, like I say, if you go move somebody, go ask you whose law will give you the right to do this to me. So now the same gap like the ESO talked about earlier, the initial sanitation bylaws will be get, it been just not to go to the street. But they not talk Usai waiting for do doti. So that gap they now don't feel. Now we have a legal mandate for CU for 15,000, 15 millions, okay, 15 millions, a 50 kilo bag of idoti, they're able to take them for you. And they're very reasonable because most people like you push body, then come money then they anyway. And by mind you, this is the reason, then clean salon body. This is the reason why the cost so low. Because we're not buying the same franchise, then people will say, hey, while they get post here so 15 millions, I will can pay 25 millions to cancel their own people. We not go able to so cut down the off from them. We make sure so bring them in the rate where they don't used to, where they go familiar with. Okay. I don't know, but Victoria Park is a very sensitive topic because on our way go the launching and the opening, I realize say Freetown City Council was not represented. But the whole country, you know, say the land Victoria Park belongs to Freetown City Council. But that is a topic for another day because for now, as a council, we not get no connection whatsoever with the traders, how they go for go, how they go for do the building them. We not get a clue at this stage. You know what I mean? So we will get a clue later going forward. And also then go engage with because the MOU will sign with we and NACIT, okay, and the government, okay. So and the land, now our council and contribution to the project. So I accept you, sir, because Mr. SSF around our Victoria Park area there, just for the Go Library Board area, I don't see plenty of time we woman them, imagine mama them, you know, then they lose their dignity for ease themselves now got to them. I mean, it's heartrending, and I don't believe seeing that we and we city, capital city, now some tool for continue for tend with. So I agree with you. The facilities are there. Nobody can forget together as leaders for ensuring people have access to it in a timely manner.
All right. I need for coming out to Minister of Internal Affairs. And because the deputy mayor don't take quite a bit of time, maybe you will have to summarize some. Yes. And maybe somebody asked now through 818 line if street parking of then stationary vehicles now part of this MOU. Maybe you add down as part of the questions that we go answer.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we'll forget a slogan. Oh, they say Sierra Leone is one of the safest countries, if I be one of the cleanest. I think that should really be our vision going forward. But of course, my brother asked, why now? The question is, why not now? Definitely, I mean, the deputy don't explain what will come through. There were apprehensions about the human face of what we do, outreach, conversation, you know, public engagement before actually we start the enforcement. Because the lawlessness been on there throughout. The noise pollution, unfortunately, I've been received this letter, but the problem, no address not been there, and no contact number. So even when we send now Orwa for let them take care of the situation, we could not get a feedback. So I guess one key if the person, the lady don't go out, but then the number DIG where they in charge now 076 810009. So please, I mean, if the issue persists, when I call them, they for respond to the issue. If not, my number now 078 442478. If I'm busy when I call, when I not get me, when I can send text. This I want not to when I want they are no more now, but the one within the listening, within the CW, they can take them numbers so that they will call me for the noise pollution. Saido talk about 13th Street. It's a way president been the launch the commission and the sour grounds. Well, I'm not been there and I don't know if not that is say. Now we've been identified 13 streets together with council for clearing of street trading. A non-member is say the people then who they pull now then 13 streets, now then they go because it been come up to Sanders Street, the Western, all the side and they. So those 13 streets will be working to clear them of street trading. But again, I will still make inquiries because I want to know why people they not still occupy the market. So I think those are the few questions really for me, except the issue of extortion, and then you say the street parking, yes, I mean, once council take up that and for let them start for enforcer, this MOU for also help. I mean, we are flexible.
You don't hear most of the questions that we can, Deputy Minister of Local Government. What will be your response to citizen cooperation? And clearly, there is a lot of appetite in the room for point at a number of things as well. We will really make sure that this campaign be successful.
Thank you very much. I think with all of the contributions with the various speakers done and really present, I think the collaboration now we really need in partnership. Because SLP not able to do it all by themselves, FCC not able to do it all by themselves. So all of us here and beyond really need for put our efforts together and really continue for engage on issues of this nature. So for example, even me as Deputy Minister, if I pass in the morning, I see dirty some side, I call the Chief Administrator, now Freetown City Council. I say, hey, I just passed now. Dirty day. So if we all kind of just take up that kind of responsibility day, whether you see something, you call FCC, I think say that will really be helpful. But there is something we will not address it at all. Because we don't put most of the responsibility on we people then, or the community for me then manage the dirty and make them register, etc. what have you. But what if the contractors themselves not do their work? That's not the question we no ask in this room today. And I decided I will ask them. Well, no contract will they sign with these people then. So if we find out, say, a particular contractor that they're doing job, of course, at the end of the day, we were able either review or end that contract. But again, that they come from the community where that contractor they serve, because we're not going to all the places then. So we they expect, say, you where they signed with that contractor. When I aim for come for take you dirty, you make sure say it come and it come, it take you dirty. And finally, I just want for make somebody they talk about Ghana, Senegal, etc. Me we sit down and me and my minister, we don't go to Ethiopia and through a company where they call Petco. Petco Ethiopia, they deal with waste management. But then get a slogan na Ethiopia, they say, when you talk waste, you think opportunity. All of these plastic sachet them, all of these plastic bottles them, most of these small iron there, where they call, believe me, when we go in one center, where then they transform those waste them, I mean, into, so I will get some of the things in our office. I mean, it's just mind blowing. So we are in talks with Petco Ethiopia for more we able to bring that kind of situation there. Because that dirty world they throw away, there are so many other opportunities there we go come out from them. The last thing where I just want for talk on and where I want for just play an advocacy role here Now, this way, young man, then the way clean salon, way we don't they do this process, yeah. And I'll be there out of the country, so I know they all follow. But I hope say FCC will give some consideration to them because I know if you say now they do the wrong thing, So I hope say that young man then they will go bring them, give them a little bit more of training, more of and be able to deliver for more quickly at this city. Finally, I want for just as a government, they spend a lot of money, hundreds of millions of leons now this country again, for control this waste. And I say that against the backdrop that now 22 local councils we get. And in all of these local councils, then they manage waste. The majority of the waste, and waste are really the concentration, then are the cities them. If you talk about Kenema, you talk about Bo, you talk about Putloko, you talk about McKinney, Nyanda, Ide. And we as a ministry, for example, we not only just concerned about how we manage the dirty inside the town itself, but from time to time, we go now the dump site. I just come on at the dump site about 5 weeks ago for actually go make sure, say, waiting that they pull now the town, whether they carry it on the dump site, they actually also the dump them correctly. Because more not forget, say, we side the dump site, then they communities, they're also there around that area there as well. Okay. So we therefore make sure, say, that we side with the care that Otigo, we manage it in such a way that create any problem.
All right.
But this now really partnership and collaboration. I know more go able to help with more could do this job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Marian, I will give the final word because as an ESO, you work closely with then contractors and everybody else really for let we make sure say this campaign succeed. What's going to be final words of humble them for make them come on board for make this campaign succeed.
Before I go to the final word for with citizens then. Based on the service providers then, of course, the contractor will sign with them, bind them. There are issues where go well, we terminate them contract them. And we believe
we can complain to city council.
Of course.
That's
yeah.
good. That's good.
Even the good thing about it, we do not just do this, we get a digital platform where we all able to complain. We register there, we send a report there, we do with payments there. And again, we can able to follow up on issues then. There is a digital platform for that. So all of us be able to access as Freetonians. So we encourage Freetonians then now, please, more work with the approved service providers and more don't bring our communities then. Like how Mayor, Deputy Minister, say, and Minister, now we generate the dot in Freeton. So now we get for manage and well. And whatever dirty they generate, they dispose illegally, more no say we they put other person in life at risk. And nobody not able can clean the city for we. Now we safe no more, we able clean the city.
All right. Thank you very much, Marian Toka, Environment and Sanitation Officer from the Freetown City Council. With me as well, I don't get the Deputy Mayor, Kweku Melvin Liski SQ, and of course, the Deputy Minister of Local Government, Honorable Alfred Jamiru, and of course with me, the Minister of Internal Affairs, Honorable Morilengo, with we, Deputy Inspector General of Police for winner Mrs. Yomba Senesi. Many thanks to all the journalism as well, and shout out to City Council on holding at the room this afternoon for this very important press conference. Many thanks to we colleagues them. We carry we live on different platforms, AYV, SLBC, and several other social platforms them as well. Mina Mohammed Jawad Nyale, the Strategic Communications Advisor at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Quick announcement: on Thursday we are in London for the Civic Day. So we can watch virtually. Where I say we're in London, so we all probably go there. But go watch virtually. Of course, the Vice President for the day with a team of ministers for talk about the transformative work they do for the people of Sierra Leone. Away from that as well, on the 30th of June, we still remind everybody the Presidential Town Hall. We are also live in McKinney as well. So we have those big dates as well. I just want to remind everybody for. Thank you very much.